What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Gotham video. So if you're new to the channel, please do consider leaving a like and subscribe down below if you did enjoy the video. So Gotham, this week we finally got the full reveal of Jeremiah. So yeah, I found this a bit underwhelming. So very complicated, kind of, if you've been following Gotham, if you've been watching it. But if you're joining us just for this Jeremiah Joker arc, well, it's been very kind of long-winded, which personally I've not liked the way it's gone about. And while the acting's been very good and we've really wanted the Joker in the show, well, it's not really the Joker. So the show's creators have come out and said that this is not the Joker. Jeremiah is not the Joker. Jerome was not the Joker. And apparently the Joker is watching these two guys, so watching these two brothers, and this will be an inspiration for when the Joker finally becomes the Joker. So no, neither of these dudes are the Joker at all. They're sort of a proto-Joker, not even that really, to be honest. They are simply just a template for the future version of the Clown Prince of Crime. So that's a bit of a disappointment here, because not only do we finally think that we're getting the Joker, but he's not. But we've had hints that this is the Joker. Cameron Monaghan on Twitter said that there are two Jokers in a deck. We're leading obviously to Jeremiah becoming the Joker or kind of a version of, when the gas was shot up in his face as a last parting gift from Jerome. And really, the whole mentality of Jeremiah, I don't really like. I don't really like the fact that he is trying to commit these absolute mad atrocities, but going through them with a sensible way of doing it. So he's following through on the diary of Jerome, and he had all these mad, crazy plans to cause chaos, but he never did them. And Jeremiah here is trying to prove to people that he's better, because he's doing all these mad, weird schemes. Now, obviously, this week was blowing up the whole of Gotham, expecting us to have a destruction of Gotham, having a No Man's Land style kind of story arc, and also having Ra's al Ghul's vision of Gotham in flames being kind of coming true. So here, it just doesn't really work. I haven't thought that Jeremiah's worked that well. While the performance has been nothing short of stellar from Cameron Monaghan, I think replacing someone like Jerome, who was terrifying and immensely enjoyable to watch, that performance, that kind of wacky, crazy, kind of close to the Joker that we know and love. Well, this isn't what we're getting here. This seems a bit kind of too far removed from what I personally really wanted actually from the show. And again, this scheme didn't go through. So if you're going to have and present a character who wanted to prove Jerome to be a fake, not even a fake, but not that good at what he did, and kind of win over all of his followers by doing what Jerome couldn't, well, you're going to have to at least make it so that he does actually go through and is able to complete these tasks that Jerome set for himself, so he can prove himself to be better than Jerome. So here it hasn't really worked. I haven't liked the or the threat or the menace of him. He doesn't really feel that menacing. Yes, he blew up an entire church or a church tower, but to me, I didn't really feel like he was much of a threat. He didn't seem scary, or as scary as a Joker can really be, which, again, he is, because he's completely and utterly unhinged. One of the best recent portrayals of the Joker, I think, personally, was in the DC Nation Zero issue, where the Joker was turning up at every single house in Gotham to get an invitation to the wedding of Catwoman and Batman. So that was, he just literally stayed at a dude's house, then killed him when he didn't turn up. It was just a really great way of showing his threat and his menace there. With Jeremiah, to me at least, it doesn't really fit, and I haven't really enjoyed it all that much. Now, on to this, carrying on the subject of the villains not really being that scary or menacing, or just generally stupid here. The Penguin, who has been on the back foot for pretty much this entire season, apart from when he had those crime licenses he was handing out to everyone, well, he has been, like I said, on the back foot ever since really Jerome came back, and even Sophia Falcone when he was defeated by her. Well, he has really not been in a good place, especially with Butch as well. And he comes up with a madcap scheme to try and extort Jeremiah, which to me, I would think that, well, surely he would know that what someone or a relative of Jerome would be like if this person is trying to say that he's a better and kind of scarier version. Well, you'd think that kind of extort him out of money, that'd be really ridiculous and wouldn't work. And the Joker, he never really wants money. Money's never really been much of his whole thing. I never really associate him with money. I associate him with anarchy and chaos. That just felt really weird and a bit foolish, in my opinion, that would work. I was like, this is obviously not going to work whatsoever. And, well, it didn't. And it's now left a complete and utter chasm between Butch and Penguin, who, well, Butch is now with the Sirens, I guess, and now also the sort of Barbara's League of Assassins, which is really odd as well. So that's a storyline which is just absolutely mental. And then we've also got Lee and Riddler as well together, which is just mind-blowing. And the whole fact that the Riddler is supposed to be menacing and kind of really kind of methodically, that could be the ship name, probably not. But the two are now a thing, and the fact that he's trying to get validation from Jim Gordon that, well, he wants to get Jim Gordon to be angry and jealous so he can validate his own relationship, that didn't really work either. I didn't see that was a thing. I didn't really like that. It wasn't really... It kind of reduces down the Riddler's character, who has spent the whole season coming back up to his past glories and building up to be the ruthless Riddler that Batman has faced countless times. So here it just is really weird, and I think that the whole Lee thing, Jim Gordon's way, way, way beyond Lee, and he cares about her, but I think that kind of relationship is done and in the past, unless that's going to be they get back together and Riddler absolutely hates Jim Gordon from then on. But that whole romance and relationship things in Gotham, it just doesn't really seem to fit with the rest of the show. Now, obviously, Jeremiah completely failed. I did like the bit where he just completely burnt all of Jerome's followers. And to be honest, that is a total Joker thing to do. And he absolutely despises Jerome. And it makes sense that he would just, get rid of all of the things that remind him of Jerome and just kill all his followers, because they're not going to follow him at all. They're so completely and utterly deranged and obsessed with Jerome. Even if the plan went through, maybe they wouldn't have even followed him. So he's killed them all as well. Now he's taken up with Ra's al Ghul, which is an interesting thing. So I think that there'll be another way that Gotham is completely destroyed, and that will happen next episode. And then I expect, just like last week, I did mention that I probably see that Ra's al Ghul will take Bruce Wayne to be trained in their kind of base, the home base of the League of Assassins, and they'll work together to sort of come across, and he will take him under his wing, very Batman Begins style. The big thing here at the end was the Killing Joke. So the Killing Joke, if you don't know what it is, it was a one bad day kind of scenario for Jim Gordon to turn him mad. Now this has been flipped a bit because Barbara Gordon was shot by the Joker in her stomach, causing her to be paralysed for many, many years, and she took up the mantle, the Oracle. Now Barbara Gordon, the Batgirl Barbara Gordon, is not in this episode, in Gotham at all yet, really. So what we've got here is Selina Kyle. She has been shot instead, and it's very, very Joker. So even if so at the start of the video I mentioned that they're not calling him the Joker, but they're coming across with all these iconic Joker moments, like the Killing Joke has been added in, but nothing's really going on and he's not the Joker. So I don't know what's going on there, but Alfred is absolutely pummeling him to hell. So yeah, we'll have to see where that goes next. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe. See you soon, goodbye.